with the awesome, the strong, the gorgeous Marie. Marie, how are you?
Good, Roula. How are you?
Good. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you so
As
much.
always.
It's the makeup.
Your boobs look great.
I know you love my boobs.
I love your boobs.
I know you do.
Because you have a unique story behind these breasts.
I do.
Do you want to share that story to the GR audience?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Well, 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Shock, horror, no family history. Couldn't believe it. How, timing was bad because my career was flourishing. However, I kept putting off the doctor's appointment, and then came a time where it led me to go and see a doctor.
Now, your story is unique because we have been taught over the years that if we find a pea-size or pea-like lump to go to the doctors, but in your situation, that wasn't the case.
No.
It wasn't pea-size,
No, that's
and
right.
it wasn't a round lump. Describe the lump that you found.
Sure, and it was quite unique. So my lump was situated on the right breast, but right underneath where
right underneath
where the bra
line.
sits, and it was quite long. It was about 7 centimetres in length.
So it's almost like an egg shape.
Yes.
So it was not round at all.
Not at all. So it wasn't that pea shape that we look for.
Now, your breasts were different. The doctor described them as different.
My breasts were dense.
Dense, that's the word we're looking for.
So my breasts were dense, which basically means that I need to be doing more than just a mammogram or an ultrasound to really have a look what's going on in there. But I neglected that because it didn't look like what people describe as breast cancer. So I thought it was a cyst, it'll go away. My mum's had cysts, I've had cysts in the past. It wasn't a cyst. So I went to the specialist who gave me my news, and then proceeded to follow her path of what we had to do. And the first thing we had to do was operate to take it all out. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get it all out. It's really difficult in the naked eye to see whether you've got every cell out. So she suggested the next step is mastectomy.
To get the chop.
Get it cut out. At that point, I've got over the shock. I started to research. Knowledge is power. I started to read up about this, and then I said, I've heard that you can go in again. She didn't want to do that.
Was this because she thought you're going to have an abnormal looking breast?
So she said, I'm going to take out too much tissue. It's not something we recommend. And I said, I'm a big cup, so I really don't care. So what if one boob is smaller than the other? I'm not going for modelling.
So they went in there, they removed it.
Yes.
Your breasts still look good.
Thank you.
I mean, we've got the bras. We've got that support as well.
Of course we do. And so what? I don't care. It's saved. Mastectomy, for the women who've had the mastectomy or even a double mastectomy, it's a huge operation. So to save my breast was not about more cosmetically, it was about going through that trauma.
For women out there, you must remember, this is Marie's unique story. Everybody has a different body. Everyone has a unique story. Please seek medical advice. It doesn't matter what size the lump is in your breast. But remember, we're all different, so the breast cancer will be treated differently.
Absolutely, and it is unique. My therapy was very different. I didn't go through chemotherapy. I went through radiotherapy and hormone therapy.
Did you lose your hair, Marie?
I didn't, no. So, but that was unique for me.
That's right.
Because of my estrogen. Mine was very estrogen dominant. So mine was, there was a lot of estrogen running through my body. Soon after that, once I got better, I had a different outlook on life. I lost weight. I started looking after my body a bit more because they told me that estrogen is stored and hides in fat cells. So really what that means is I've got to lose weight.
Well, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
You look amazing.
Thank you, and thank you so much for being here today.
Marie, thank you for sharing thank you for sharing the story.
Thank you, Roula.
I know you're trying to create awareness, to drop it from being a sensitive topic.
Correct.
And to bring it out in the public, to bring it out over the table so we can talk about one thing that's always on men's minds, breasts.
That's right. She's a classic.
Professor John Boyage, welcome to GRTV. How important is today's event?
Look, I think it's very important for Greek women to come together. There's a lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment after a diagnosis of breast cancer, and I think it's so important that women get together and realise they're not alone.
That's exactly right. We spoke to Marie, and we've also spoken to Marie's husband,
right,
who says exactly what you just said. Men don't talk about it. But it's so important that the female has a male support team as well, not just the female support team.
Well, men in general like to fix things. breast cancer they can't fix. They've got to show emotion and show love and show care, and that sometimes doesn't come out. And we've got to work on the men and the women, don't we?
But hang on a minute, but also men's favourite topic is breasts. So isn't there a nice humble way to bring out the topic so we can talk about it to give support to someone who's fighting breast cancer?
I think, I'm not sure if it's all men's favourite topic, but I think, are you saying Greek men have got breasts on the mind, are you?
Marlon.
Look, we will be talking about sexuality today. So, because, you know, it's hard for a woman who goes through breast cancer. They lose their hair, they lose their breasts, they lose their sex drive. And so I think that's one of the survivorship issues we'll be talking about today, as well as lymphedema, as well as what tests people need after treatment, as well as the emotional roller coaster that people go through.
And at the end of the day, they do get the support, they get the medical treatment that they need, and the end result is they still look beautiful.
They look beautiful afterwards. And you know what's the most beautiful thing about a person? Not their breast, but their mind, their body, their eyes, their smile. And it's one thing I'll be saying today is it's vital that people get on with life after breast cancer.
Professor, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay.